Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and I got something here to decorate your home and also provide some lighting that you can control with a remote or an app, and also a fan built in, and it's all very simple to install, as you're going to see. Up in the right, I'm going to put a lot of information about the fan as I talk and show the installation. But first I'm going to show you what you get out of the box. You get the fan itself. You also get your remote control. You also get 2 batteries, and we'll show putting that in a moment. And you also have some hardware, screws, anchors, for the various types of installation you're going to have. You also get 2 little manuals of information. One is basically showing how it will attach to the ceiling in a pictorial diagram, very simple, and you're going to see me do it. It's only, forget the dimensions, they're up here as to how deep it is. I think it's close to 8 inches or something. It's 20 inches in diameter, so it's a good size fan with a lot of power. A lot of, I think 6 speeds, you'll see. Okay, right here is the remote control instructions. And also, here is the app. With your smartphone, you can download the app, and yes, from your app, you can control the fan. Just look in the bottom, and right here, this is the simplicity of it. A black and a white wire. You're going to connect this to the black lead in the ceiling, and this white one goes to the white lead in the ceiling, and the yellow is going to go to the green if there's a green wire. This is the ground wire. Okay, and right here is your mounting cross. If you'll notice, there's a cutout on each, well, just there and there. This is no cutout, so this is going to be the final screws you're going to put in. And I'm going to take this out, and you'll be wanting to do just what I'm doing from this point on for the installation. This is the other screw that does not have a slot, so you will be working with the slotted screws when you put this up, and then you finish with these 2 final screws to secure it. Reason being, it's easier to insert this fan into 2 screws than 4 screws. You're not going to take these all the way out. You're just going to loosen this one a good amount. Probably 3 or 4 turns. And then you just twist this and lift up. Now we're going to mount this in my ceiling up above. There should already be a light fixture with electricity there. If there's not, you're going to have to get an electrician to run new electricity there. This procedure I'm showing is to replace either a light or a fan or some other device in the ceiling that is already wired for electricity. There'll already be a mounting box up there. Okay folks, showtime. Now, with the little letdown on my little table on my 6-foot ladder, I can rest this on here and it'll hold just fine. Here is the mount, which is going to go up there, but these 2 holes are too narrow that they won't fit with the fixtures here. Now, you did get anchors and screws that you could mount using these holes, but I do not want any holes in my ceiling. I want to use these 2 holes because I may want to take this down and put something else, and I don't want holes. So if you don't want holes like I do, then you measure between here and there and use one of the slotted holes like this one, and I drilled me a hole for the diameter of the screw that mounts in there, and now I can mount this using the 2 holes. But it does require a drill bit and something to mark the distance that this has to go. Okay, and use a drill bit that's a size bigger than the screw, so you don't have to sit there and try to work it around. Okay, now let's mount this. And what I do is I'm going to mount this hole that I made and the hole that's for the ground. I'm going to place it right along here, and I'm going to put the screw in, and I can look up there and guide the screw into the hole, and they go in real easy. And I use the other one. So you can reuse stuff from the other fixture if you're replacing a light or something. Okay, now you want these up tight. Have your screwdriver and right here. And you make them tight where it's flush up against there without bending them down. Here's the other thing, is we need a way of hanging this up there so that we can make the connections. Well, here's my wire nuts, standard, and that's what was up there before, and I'm going to reuse them. And now, to show you what I'm going to do, is you need something to hang that up. These are shower curtain hooks that, you know, that hook and hold a plastic shower curtain in. You could have, if you have a coat hanger, a wire coat hanger, you can make anything that you can hook this in. And so let me do this. The way you do this is you find you a little place that you can hook this like this, and I just kind of bend this out, and I'm going to go up here like this. Okay, there. Now at the very beginning of this, you should have already had the power off to this. It's best to go to the breaker and do it, but if you have a voltage checker and with the switch you don't have power on this, then you will be safe. So now this is my ground that I'm going to connect right here to this ground. So those two I'm going to connect together by wrapping them. And you do it close to the end of the wire, not way up, because you want the wire nut to cover everything, but a ground is pretty safe. This just grounds it to keep you from getting electrocuted from touching this. It'll blow a circuit breaker if it gets shorted. Now we're going to take the hot lead right here, this black, and we're going to take this one and we're going to wrap it around and end up with the end of the wire close to the end of the power lead coming out of the outside, because you want all of the wire covered by the wire nut, and then screw it on nice and tight, and it shouldn't be loose in there. It should be nice and tight, and this shouldn't pull out. I mean, don't give it a big hard pull, just kind of give it a tug. Okay, now with the white wire, you go around and find this one and you wrap it around in the same way, and I end up with two wires close to the end there. Okay. I'm covering this so that if you've never done something like this, you'll be able to do it and do it correctly. Okay. All right, there we go. We've got a ground, hot, and common, and now I'm ready to hook these slots. There's a slot there and there. Those two are going to go on this, and notice that they are a little bit out so that I don't have to struggle with getting them in there. And then I can put these screws, which I have in the top of my tray. Make sure you have these up there. They even give you some extra ones here if you lose them. Okay, now let me see if I can wiggle these in place. Now, there, put that. Now you still gotta hold these and don't let them get out of place and pull the wires out. So you want these to all go in there and just kind of push them up into the center so that they're not sticking out around the edges. And now there's a slot, and see, I'm gonna push that in, get this one on the slot and that one on the slot. And I'm gonna go clockwise. I'm gonna move my head around so I can see, okay, there. And now this has to go over this side. And then making sure that the back side went over. Yeah. Okay. See, it's important to get this behind that and the other side right there. And I've got them, and I've got my hooks in there. And now I'm going to put one of these in this side. And let's see if that's magnetic. Yes. Perfect. Now I can line this up and see if I can get it started. And it does start real easy. And I'm going to go ahead and give her a few turns. Make sure, yeah, it's in there. We got to put some power to it, and we're going to try it out. We've got her all connected up. Now the first thing you do when you turn the light switch on for the fan, the light will come on every time from the light switch, and it will go to the setting that you last had it set for. It's fully, you're going to see a remote control up to the right, and the first thing we are going to look at, if you want to turn the light off, on and off in the left hand corner, go back on. If you want to turn the fan on to 4, hit 4. And there goes the fan. Now, if you want it forward, push forward F. And it is in forward. I feel a strong blow. If you want to reverse it, you hit the R. And it will reverse. You'll slow down and go the other way. That's for the winter time when you want to suck the air up to the ceiling and blow the hot air down. So now it's reversing, and now it's sucking the air up. Now, if we want to turn the fan off, we can hit the center button where it says pair code and fan off. And then to get the fan back on, you push one of the, let's say 2, and I want it forward always, so I'm doing the F to get it back to normal. There it goes. Now I'm on speed 2. You got 6 speeds. Now working on down, I can change the intensity of the light on the left hand side, the plus and the minus. I'm going to go up with the intensity, and it is at the highest point. I'm going to go down. You can incrementally move it down to just a night light. Right there is kind of like a night light. Let's go back up to the highest point, and it'll stop. Now we go to the middle section there, the K, and that is for your colors. See how it's changing and gives you warm or cool colors depending on the mood you want. I like bright, cool colors, so I'm going to get it to the white. And then over here on the right, you have other cool, and you can really change it to yellows and whatever fits your need. Okay? And I like the brightest. Okay, now you have one more, a little moon with a star. That's a night light. You press that and it automatically goes to the lowest setting for a night light, just to illuminate the area where it's at, just for nighttime walking or what have you. It gives a little night light there. Now to get it back to normal, you go over here and change the intensity back. And that's pretty much it. And then you have some other 2 hours. So I'll let you look at the sheet there that shows all of the controls and what they do. You see, it was quite easy to install and to operate, and it could work really well in your home possibly. So I hope this has helped, and I want to thank you very much for watching my video.